Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Brendan Ecker Influence, where I teach you how to succeed, accomplish your dreams, and develop multiple income streams. But what we're really going to talk about today is the world, because there's too much happening in the world to not incorporate all of the current events happening with business, because business can't work and operate without all of the different things that we are seeing going on in our universe. And that's just the truth. You can't run a business and a successful business without knowing what's going on. And I like to be that guy who talks about stuff you're not supposed to talk about in business. Because at the end of the day, we can all pretend like business is just all hunky-dory, everything's fine, everything's great, super easy, anybody can do it, but it's not true. You know, in order to be in business, in order to be an entrepreneur, you got to be super thick-skinned, you got to be super tough, you got to be super charismatic, you got to make a lot of sacrifices with your family. You have to almost fight them on your independence and build your own goals and dreams. You have to fight your friends sometimes, and you have to stay alone, and you have to stay small until you figure out what's working, right? Like what Naval Ramakant has always said. Just like the movie Network, 1976, the world is a business, Mr. Beale. And it's true, the world is a business, more now than ever before. AI is now a $500 billion industry. $500 billion. Yes, that number is accurate. So all of the CEOs, essentially after Inauguration Day, which was crazy, we saw Elon Musk given the Roman salute, which many interpreted as the Nazi salute. There's been the debate as to whether or not it was the Nazi salute. But in my opinion, I think, Elon Musk is he's a drama queen. I said this in my last YouTube episode where I covered the Trump Inauguration Day a little bit. He's a drama queen. He likes to stir the pot. He likes to get people going, and that's what he is. He's a genius. And he's, if you remember the movie The Social Network, Mark Zuckerberg was very much the same way. He started Harvard.edu just to basically troll all of the kids on his campus and compare the females to each other. And essentially, I don't know if that's exactly accurately what happened, but I do know, these billionaires, they have fun just messing with you. You take the world seriously, because guess what? You have to go to work. You got to go to a job. Everything you say reflects on your boss, your coworkers. So you have to have an opinion that aligns with the vision of that establishment, organization, or department, right? And so, there's a freedom to being a business owner. There's a freedom to being an entrepreneur, and there's a freedom to being awake and aware to what's happening, right? And so, in my opinion, from my analysis, I think Elon Musk was trying to get people to talk about the issue. And we're just going to go through some tweets here. So let's have some fun with this, okay? So I just want to show you what I mean. And we're going to go through and talk about the things that are happening in the world and, how much everything can change all at once. So you're going to get my real reactions to things as we read them. So NVIDIA just lost $500 billion in market cap. Tech stocks are in free-for-all. VCs are in panic mode, all because a $6 million Chinese AI startup just achieved what Silicon Valley said was impossible. And the company's called DeepSeek. So DeepSeek is essentially just taking over, and, there's a big market between the OpenAI ChatGPT versus DeepSeek in China. Honestly, China's probably got the better edge, okay? This kind of reminds me of the Red Note issue, where Red Note is this new app. Everybody on Twitter X has been going on it. And basically, you've been able to see how the Chinese people are actually living, right? Supposedly. That's provided that the CCP doesn't control everything that's on their social media. That's provided that, maybe the opinions of their own country might not be a little bit inflated because of their social credit score system. Everything you're seeing happen right now is the rollout of a social credit score system. Ladies and gentlemen, a social credit score system. So you have to remember that these billionaires don't care about you, honestly, at the end of the day. They care. They care about humanity collectively, right? But overall, they're still ambitious human beings, right? Just like all of us are. And they have their own goals and dreams. So you're probably not number one on their list, right? And we got to, be honest about that and just be real. China is taking over the United States right now, and they really are. Okay, so we've been seeing a lot of XRP news, and at least in my algorithm, and you guys are getting to see my algorithm here. Ripple CEO confirmed that they're working closely with Elon Musk. Some have speculated that this is a fake tweet. I think it's real. From the research I've done, there's probably a good chance. Elon's super obsessed with the letter X. One, not that that's a conspiracy, but, look at the name of Twitter. The symbol itself almost looks like XRP, and XRP is supposed to be all the money in the world. It's just a really interesting thing we're seeing happen here with these different currencies. Okay, and so there's a reason I was always invested in XRP. There's a reason I was always invested in crypto, just about since 2016, 2017, because I knew what was coming, and I already felt like I was late to the game because I was kind of late to Bitcoin. Okay, but I kept dollar cost averaging, and I never ended up saving up an entire Bitcoin. I still don't even own a whole Bitcoin, but doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it paid off in a significant manner to where I was able to make more investments into something like XRP. And then now that XRP is already reaching $3 per coin, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just saying XCN is something that I would suggest to new crypto investors because it's 0.04 cents in a appreciating market where everything's going up, and all of the assets that have an X, XLM, XDC, right, seem to be going up with popularity, with market cap. They're making deals. XRP, and then there's also HBAR I would recommend, Dogecoin because of the Department of Government Efficiency and how that connects to crypto, and that'll be their form of currency there. I wouldn't recommend meme coins. Take risks as you please. I think you should only invest in meme coins, honestly, if you're truly an experienced, seasoned investor. If you're kind of used to playing around with different markets, if you're used to playing with that sort of game, then I would definitely recommend that for sure. Just want to make sure we're still recording here. So let us keep going. So as you can see, there's a lot of big things happening with the Jews as well. So we have to have this conversation. I've been forcing myself to make these YouTube episodes because despite what everybody wants to say or not say about the Jews, Israel, I think it's worth talking about because I don't think that it's a conversation that the elites want us to have. And I find it interesting that even Alex Jones won't talk about this issue. Even Alex Jones won't press on this issue, right? So why not discuss it? Okay, and I think most people are afraid to because, the Jews, they do control the world. That's a fact. They all know that. And I'm not saying this as an anti-Semite. Okay, I hate that I have to actually explain myself like this. So we've been seeing a lot of this kind of stuff on Twitter X and a lot of these kind of exposés, so to speak. And it makes me wonder, what's Elon's agenda, right? What does he really want us to know? Why am I talking about Israel and the Jews? Well, right now, Israel is essentially dominating our Congress, and they own us as a country, especially in terms of AI. And the reason this is dangerous is because your technology, your infrastructure is going to be controlled by Israel, who is not very fond of Christians, and they don't have a history of being friendly towards other nations, period, plain and simple. But the Jews have all the money, and that ends up becoming the issue, right? Nobody wants to speak about the Jews because the Jews hold all the cards. They own all the money. They control everything, right? And, as soon as you say that, you're called an anti-Semite. But it's just the truth, and, we need to have the conversation. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So, you look on Twitter today, you'll find a lot more interesting stuff. Some stuff will be really hateful, and I don't condone that. I don't condone anti-Semitism. I don't condone any of that. But I do condone learning about accurate history. I do condone learning about, different cultures, religions, ethnicities, ethnocentrisms, and what they actually believe and think about Christians, and then how Christians think about other nations. And, we need to discuss these different issues that are controversial. So we also have a lot of beef happening with Elon Musk and then Sam Altman. So Sam Altman is the CEO of OpenAI, ChatGPT. And Elon Musk, obviously, we all know, CEO of Tesla, Boring Company, SpaceX, blah, 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 blah. It keeps going on. But essentially, they've had some beef because Sam Altman has always said that ChatGPT would be a non-profit, essentially, AI open source platform. And because it's a paid model, and because Sam Altman's been profiting off of it, Elon essentially has been going to war with him over it. So, again, Elon's not uncommon to go to war with his corporate enemies or not enemies, but maybe more so opponents. But, in the world of AI, DeepSeek AI, like I said, DeepSeek, China's software for AI, I looked at some Twitter today, and it was pretty amazing what it was able to do. When I was looking at DeepSeek, you were able to essentially build complete files out of whatever. Like ChatGPT can't do that. You can say, make me a Google document of my itinerary for this entire week, and it'll give you a decent itinerary. But the problem is ChatGPT won't actually create you a document out of it. And then if you ask it to create you the code, DeepSeek, like if you ask DeepSeek AI to create you code to build you a website, like an e-commerce lead generation website, it will create you that code, and then on top of it, you'll be able to preview what the website actually looks like and how it functions and works, and that's pretty amazing. DeepSeek can also think in real time. It can do real life logic and reasoning in real time. Quite amazing. You can basically build an AI clone, an AI avatar with it. There's just a ton of stuff you can do with it. Versus ChatGPT, it's just wiping ChatGPT out. And it even affected the crypto markets to a pretty significant degree, to where Bitcoin and the XRP community, they were just going insane. The entire crypto community really was just going crazy because of this deep think technology. But now here's my overend analysis, okay? Why do you think Donald Trump keeps calling it the American Golden Age? Because it's going to be the American Golden Age. Why do you think he suggests that we'll even have a chance of acquiring Canada, Greenland, the Panama Canal, which we already should have? We had it first, by the way. We should already have the Panama Canal. It's ours. We put it there. But when you look at this, okay, Trump and the meme coin, the Trump meme coin, how much money that made? $150 million or $150 billion the coin made. One night. Now we have news about XRP taking over Bitcoin. We have news about XRP and how it's essentially going to be the new reserve currency for cross-border payments and such. It's already being used in Japan. Already being used in institutional banks in America. JPMorgan literally owns their own shares of XRP. Yes, they have their own JPMorgan coin, but they still hold XRP. XRP is going to do some massive things in crypto. And not just crypto, but financial technology, because that's what it is. You got to have all these meme coins today, but people don't talk about the utility of cryptocurrencies and what cryptocurrency is. Nobody knows what crypto is. Anybody who's invested in crypto, such as myself, and especially those who have been invested since 2016, understand that crypto is the future because of the blockchain, because of the decentralized currency, the open source technology, because of the on-demand liquidity that cryptocurrency can create, because of the cross-border payments and immediate transaction settlement times, because of the extended amount of money we can make and create with different assets and currencies. This is what it is. Cryptocurrency should be seen no different as owning, any other kind of asset like cattle or like gold or like real estate. It's just digital real estate, really. But, owning crypto is no different than owning any of these other things. Okay, any of these other assets, cash flowing, appreciating assets. And that's what crypto is. That's what XRP is. That's the whole purpose of it. But despite that, DeepThink, as soon as the DeepThink software came out, it caused like this big uprise in the crypto community. But my analysis is that the United States put $500 billion into AI. We're not going to be taking second place in crypto. We're not going to be taking second place in AI for sure. AI is going to be under our control. Okay, we have Elon Musk. He's the richest man on planet Earth. Okay, his companies are in Tesla, or his companies Tesla are in China. We control a lot of China. We control a lot of their developers, and we own a lot of the open open source patents and all of this stuff. We are the ones who kind of, started a lot of this stuff. America, the United States. So as much as people think it's a Chinese app, America's still in control, and we are still the best. And so it's all FUD, too, at the end of the day. Elon Musk also did make allegedly, people are speculating that this didn't happen, but some people are saying that Elon Musk made a tweet and like 20 seconds later deleted it talking about XRP and how it's going to be this big crypto or this big asset. It's going to be X payment system. I mean, I already know this. I know this is going to be a thing. At the end of the day, AI is a $500 billion industry, at least just in the United States. Our private companies alone are investing $500 billion in AI. So I really have no worries about America maintaining control and dominance over China when it comes to AI. I mean, they're a surveillance state right now, 1. 2, the CCP is in control of all of their tech and all of their software, so you should be really careful about going on their stuff. And that, I mean, listen, either way, all of your technologies are to be tracked anyways, right? All of your stuff's already, the government, the NSA, the FBI, the CIA, they already know everything about you. There is no such thing as privacy. Get that out of your head. It's non-existent. We're coming into a world where we almost have to accept this level of, not having privacy. And it's scary because it's exactly what our founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin specifically, both were most afraid of, eventually giving up our privacy for convenience, our freedom for safety, finger quotations, and to always have a surveillance state puts, the entire world in a very dangerous position, quite frankly. At the same time, it also does protect us, I guess. It keeps that social credit score system. But the problem is, freedom of speech is a beautiful thing, and you lose that when you have a surveillance state. And so I guess we need to ask the question: how much do we want to have an opinion online without our government getting involved in erasing our opinions and erasing our voices? What drives me crazy is my X account is already shadow banned for sure. You can't even find it if you search on some other device that's not my own, right? I mean, it's just, it's crazy. And, YouTube, my channels, I can't believe I even have as many subscribers as I do. Thank you guys for, who do support the show. Not every episode gets a lot of views. A lot of my shorts get more views. And, we're still working on monetizing. But at the end of the day, YouTube's just a true passion of mine. And, but I've still been shadow banned because I talk about controversial things. I can't help myself. I have to talk about what's going on in the world. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be like the scared 99% who are too afraid to lose their jobs so they don't give an actual opinion on anything. Like, fuck that. Like, have an opinion. Say what you want to say. Say what you mean. And don't be afraid to say anything. Because as soon as you're afraid to say what you want to say, that's when you've lost your freedom of speech. You need to use it or you lose it. And I always say that in each episode. So I guess it's just important that we really be careful about AI and, our government and allowing governments to be involved in social media and AI and all these things, controlling everything that we're going to be taking over in the future. And eventually it's going to be taking over us. AI is going to be taking over us. So, I think the future of humanity is going to be a spiritual future. It's going to be a peaceful future. I think it'll be a prosperous one, and I think it will be a new world order. It's going to be a new world order, and whether we like it or not, I think there'll be some good things that come with it. There'll be some bad things that come with it. My biggest concern is depopulation. My biggest concern is declining birth rates. These elites that are in control of these vaccine companies and the pharmaceutical companies, they do not care about you. They want you fucking dead. And that is just for sure. You can't pretend like these people care about you at all, because they don't. You look back at COVID-19, look at that. I mean, it was just a complete genocide, really, is what that was. And even, mainline medical doctors who have been doing this their entire career have agreed with the same thing, that this has been a genocide that the government has been a part of. Dr. Fauci, all these people who have been pardoned, by the way, they should be publicly I can't say it. Some of these people who have been pardoned deserve to be locked up under the gulag with the key thrown away forever, personally, in my opinion. For the things that they've allowed to happen and have intentionally pushed to happen, just absolutely disgusting. Some of these politicians, bureaucrats, aristocrats, just schwack them. That's what I say. Get rid of them. But, that would only create martyrs in the enemy, and that would only create entropy and collapse and civil war. And, at the end of the day, peace is the greater solution to evil. Peace and understanding the truth, exposing the truth, asking questions that they don't want you to ask. Learning things you're not supposed to learn that they make intentionally boring, right? Ever wonder why they make politics so boring? Ever wonder why they make it so unbearable to watch? Ever wonder why politics is just such a freaking just miserable and just absolutely just like makes you want to snore and fall asleep? Well, it's for a reason. They don't want you paying attention to the system and what they're actually saying. They don't want you to tune into C-SPAN every day and actually pay attention to what they're saying. When they're talking about world domination and globalism and eugenicism, and when they're talking about all of these different dogmas and social theories and how they want to destroy you through taxation and usury, and how they're going to use war to essentially, they're going to wage war in the Middle East essentially to create greater Israel, and then with the greater Israel, they're going to use that as a safe haven for traffickers and pedophiles and just really evil people. And it's just absolutely just horrendous what has been allowed to happen in this country and how these people have not been brought to justice, honestly. It's very sad. It's very sad. So I guess I made this because why not? I like to talk about the issues that are going on, But at the end of the day, I see a good future for America, and I see good things overall. People are waking up to the truth. People are waking up to the truth about the banking system and fractional banking. People are waking up to the truth about Israel and, how much control they actually do have over the United States government, and how much they really do not care for America or Americans. And really, they just want to use us to wage more war. And they just don't want you to tell the truth, and that's it. Because they know that once they get exposed, once that this truth is exposed, then, they can't tax you into death anymore. They can't overtake your government and wage war on different countries just so they can, create some kind of Zionist world for themselves. It's just no. This is a war that's been going on for thousands and thousands of years, and it's amazing how from a young age they are trained and just taught to hate you. And this has nothing to do with anti-Semitism. Again, I have to always come back to this because people are so PC, people are such snowflakes, people are such soy boys and pussies that you have to just explain everything you're saying to a low, dumb level for people. Sorry, but it's true. Like, there's so many stupid people. You talk about Israel or the Jews and you ask a question about them, and you're already immediately targeted as an anti-Semite, a pro-Nazi Hitler, worshiping human being, which that's not the case at all, actually. If you learn about Hitler, he had a lot of his own problems. He was, a lot of mental illness for sure himself, and as do many world leaders, by the way. You don't think they do. Of course they do. Probably some of the most mentally ill people you'll ever meet are your world leaders. And your strongest world leader is probably your most mentally ill. Low key. Like, I couldn't imagine what goes on in their mind, the war that wages in their mind, But I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, that's really all I have. I just wanted to give another update on the month of January and what we've seen. XRP went from 50 cents to freaking $3, and we're kind of hanging around $3, $3.10, and crypto is going to be taking over the future. We're seeing HBAR, XCN, a new coin I've been seeing on the Twitter algorithm. But we're also seeing good things happening with illegal immigration and deportations happening at a rapid rate. It needs to happen faster. We also have a lot happening with, people getting in trouble for, this trafficking stuff, and a lot of things happening with that. The cartels being taken care of by the Trump administration at the moment, We have military being sent down there as we speak. That's good. That is a war, definitely. They should be a domestic terrorist organization. And it's sad because our own government really created the cartel. Our own government created ISIS and the Mossad and all of these things. CIA, at the end of the day. So they want you stupid. They want you poor. They want you dumb. They want you uneducated. They want you to watch the football games and not watch, C-SPAN. They want you to read 50 Shades of Grey and not read, Mackie. They want you to read 50 Shades of Grey, but they don't want you to read Barbarians and Bureaucrats. They don't want you to read the Holy Bible. But they will let you read books about transgenderism and, changing your gender and how your kids should do that and how it should be allowed in your schools. They'll let you read that. But you can't read about anything that's going to make you smarter. You can't read about anything that's going to make you awake to the world, to the truth of what's happening in this matrix, this beautiful mystery of a world we live in. Yes. You never know what the future has in store. Because some of us are just travelers, making our way, observing, making little adjustments as we go, architecting the future. Stay prudent, stay powerful, and stay wealthy.